Hi, I'm Mandy, and this is a very exciting video for me because it is my first book haul. I mean, it's not my first book haul in my life. Like, I've definitely gotten a haul of books before, but is it my first time getting a lot of books? No, but it is my first time filming it and telling people about it. So here we go. It's kind of a 2-for-1 because I went to 2 different places over maybe a few weeks. The set of books I got a little bit ago, but it's fine. We're gonna do it anyway because it's a lot of books and I'm excited to share. So I recently forced my husband and I to go through our bookshelves and find books that do not spark joy. Thank you, Marie Kondo, for that lovely phrase that I have now taken. And then we decided that if we couldn't sell some on Amazon, we would go to used bookstores and see if we can sell them there. And there's a local used bookstore, I've actually maybe been to a couple that do this, where you can bring in some books and they will trade. So you can get some credit at that used bookstore and you can get a lot of books at a really discounted price. So the first book, these are, hold on, are these all of them? Yes. They keep falling and this is not spark joy. These are all of the books that we got at the used bookstore. Now these are the books that I definitely picked out. I know Billy, my husband, you hopefully will be seeing more of him. He definitely picked out some, but these are the ones I picked because I'm extra. So the first book that I got is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adeth. I have no idea. It's a retelling of, or inspired by 1001 Nights, the folktale about Scheherazade and trying to stay alive under a really cruel king. If you don't keep him entertained, he'll kill you. So I've been wanting to read this book for a long time, and it's not something I normally pick up, but it keeps getting recommended to me. Especially while I was reading We Hunt the Flame. Goodreads was like, you might like this, you might like this. It's like Amazon.com. If you like Snapple, you might also enjoy this book. I mean, it didn't really say that, but could you imagine? So it's really pretty. I just love touching it. I can't stop touching it. And I just want to show you how pretty it is. So even the inside is pretty. Like there's this beautiful artwork. I don't know why I flipped off the dust jacket. Sometimes they have some cool stuff on the front. It's such this pretty plum color. That was weird. Welcome. And I'm really excited to read that. So I got it for a really good deal. I think, how much was this? This was originally $18 and I got it for less than that. So that was really nice. This next book is the second book of the series, The Secret of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel by Michael Scott, not from The Office. Thank you very much. This is The Magician. It's the second book after The Alchemist. They recently updated their covers and I really, really love these covers. I'm not for the new covers. This one's damaged. Oh, beep beep. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's fine. I feel dumb, but you can't really tell. There's this really nice tear right there and this is all taped up, but this was $10. I got it for much less than that, and I believe this story is about Nicholas Flamel. Might sound familiar from the Harry Potter series, but it's adventure, a lot of mystery, and I've never read the whole series. I read maybe the first few books, and now I want to reread them, but with these copies, so now I'm on the hunt for these specific editions because it's just who I am as a person. My hetero life partner, my wife, Jess, she read the whole series and she told me she didn't really enjoy the ending, but I know while she was reading them, she had a really good time. So I trust her with my life and hopefully I will enjoy these. The next book is, actually I saw it as a movie first and I didn't know it was a book, so I don't know if the book is the same, but it's a kid's book called The City of Ember by Janine Duprow, that's an A right there. And it's really reflective. You can see my little starlights getting reflected in there. And it's the first book of the series And what if I can remember, they live underground and they're trying to keep the lights on. That doesn't sound very interesting. But I just remember I was really interested in the movie, and the movie was really interesting. Like, the concept was interesting. The execution, if I can recall, didn't impress me. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I am really excited to read this. It looks really cool and it feels really cool, and I also got it for a really good deal. It was $6 and got it for half that. So thank you, Used Bookstore. The next set of books is kind of a series, not really a series. It's not all by the same author, but they are, yeah, it's a series. Yeah, it's a series. It's called the Once Upon a Time series. Once Upon a Time is Timeless series, and they are retellings of fairy tales, fairy stories. The first book I ever read was by Cameron Doki, called Beauty Sleep, and is the retelling of Sleeping Beauty. Please excuse my copy. I believe either my dog bit it up or one of the cats. They really like to read. What can I say? Look at that. Isn't that cute? They're cute. I love them. But they're retellings. They're not necessarily modernized, but some of them, if I can recall, are updated to maybe like a different decade, or it's inspired by the story. So this one in particular, which I have read, that I did love, in the country she lives in, Aurora, it's spelled Aurore, and so I always say Aurora in my head, but it could still be Aurora, and I could just be really dumb, but we'll see. It's still the same concept. She was cursed at birth, and she's cursed to fall asleep for 100 years and till the prince wakes her up, and so she finds out eventually that the curse will not only hurt her, but it hurt her kingdom, so she runs away and she goes on a quest. And I really liked that. I thought that was really a really interesting twist. She's very headstrong, very determined, and I don't really like, Sleeping Beauty is not my favorite, okay? The Disney movies kind of turned me off because she's only in that movie for 18 minutes. I'm not bitter. And so I really, really enjoy this retelling. I really like retellings because I hate myself and I'm a masochist. It's the only reason I can explain that. So I got a bunch of them. I found these all these bookstore. I've always wanted to read these, and these covers are to die for. So I have Before Midnight, also by Cameron Doki, a retelling of Cinderella. Look at that beauty. I'm also not a huge Cinderella fan, but it's super French. I'm really excited to read this. There's, what is this retelling of? Oh, The Arabian Nights. This is a retelling of Arabian Nights called The Storyteller's Daughter, also by Cameron Doki. I don't know why I filmed that. This is called The Diamond Secret. This is a retelling of Anastasia, and this one isn't by Cameron Doki. This one's by Suzanne Wynne? We're gonna go with Wynne because I like Wynne. It's a good last name. This one is called Violet Eyes by, oh goodness, Debbie Figway. This is a retelling of The Princess and the Pea, and I haven't thought about that fairy tale in a really long time, so that's really exciting. This one is Golden, also by Cameron Doki, and this is a retelling of Rapunzel, if you couldn't tell. Very excited for that one. This is called Midnight Pearls, and this cover is a little different. I still really like it. It's really pretty. It's really soft to the touch, and I love that. This one's also by Debbie Figway. I'm gonna look that up because I really don't want to pronounce her name incorrectly forever, and I'm pretty sure she's a really nice person. So yeah, this is a retelling of The Little Mermaid. So I love these, and I'm really excited to read them all. I also have a copy called Belle, and I believe that's also by Cameron Doki. He's the best. I love him. I love these retellings. But I never finished it because I got distracted. So the next set of books comes from Barnes & Noble. Shout out to you, Barnes & Noble. I love you so much. You spark so much joy. We had a coupon, so we went a little crazy for us. Okay, one of these is a lie. One of these we got from Amazon, but we saw it at Barnes, so I'm just gonna throw it in there. The first book is a part of next month's YA book club, and I'm kind of excited to read this. I wasn't excited to read this just because it's not my cup of tea. Ma'am? Can you... I'm doing stuff. You can't sit here and be adorable. Now you gotta be shown. Look, this is the culprit. Say hello. Do you want to be in here while I do this? No? Okay, goodbye. Sorry. This book I wasn't too excited to read, and then I read the first 2 chapters in the store, and I was like, I like. This is by Gilly Siegel and Kimberly Jones, and it's called I'm Not Dying With You Tonight. It seems to be about... I feel like I read this somewhere, and somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I believe it's about the LA race riots and 2 girls who don't really know each other, don't particularly like each other, having to rely on each other to get through it. So I'm really excited. I think that's going to make for an excellent discussion. So yeah, and this cover is really beautiful. That sparks joy. No! Kitten! She jumped. Okay, you're just going to stay in here. Okay? You can't purr like that. Oh. Just taking off my makeup. She's giving me a bath. She does this. Okay. The next book. Ooh. The next book is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. And I know it's got that really nice knot sticker on there. I'm excited to read this because it's going to be a movie. And I really like to read the books before the movie comes out. And unfortunately for my brain, sometimes I forget that it's a book before it's a movie. But all I know, it has to... Ooh, I dropped it. It's about a boy who survives an accident that accidentally kills his mother. And it's really traumatic for him. And I just remember... one of the kids from Stranger Things is going to be in it. And that seems... Okay, goodbye. And I really like those kids from Stranger Things, so I'm really excited to read that. She thick, though. She thick. She's like, this copy is maybe almost 1,000 pages, so we'll see that. The movie comes out in September, so wish me luck. Cross your fingers for me. The next book I got is called... It's another retelling. Well, that's today's theme. It's a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and I was like, ooh, I love that. And then I read the inside, and I was like, oh, I like this more. It's called House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig, and it seems to have mystery and murder, and when I went to go put it on my to-read book list on Goodreads, the first comment said, this Barbie walked so this book could run. And I was like, I need this book now. I have to have it. I need to have it, because whoever wrote that comment, thank you. Thank you. I mean, you might, maybe we could have different opinions, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, the last book that I got is by Zoraida Cordova. Yes, and it is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, A Crash of Fate. And it is a story behind the new land that they have at Disneyland and soon to be opening next month at Disney World. Mild promo for you, Disneyland. And it's about 2 childhood friends who end up getting separated, and then one of them falls into like a smuggler life, and she ends up returning to the land Batu set in this book, and she doesn't know if she should get her old childhood friend involved, and it turns out they really love each other, and it looks and sounds really cute, and also looks really beautiful. And you can see the 2 characters climbing up this little spire here. Maybe I could also find the answer of why they say like bright suns or beyond the spires, like that. Those are questions I have. Because when you go to the land, they say bright suns, or they go something beyond the spires. I don't know exactly what the phrase is, but all I know is it confuses me, and I want to know the answers because it's just who I am as a person. So, ta-da! Those are all the books that I recently hauled, and it's a lot to read, and these 2 bookshelves are definitely full of books that I have not read yet. This is who I am as a person. Welcome. So yeah, now I feel bad for buying all these books. My book habits, my book spending, the way I buy books has definitely changed because I'm trying to read more and buy less since I have so many books I have to read, and we're trying to save money. So I mean, it's a hard life being a reader. So many good books, so little time. Also, and you know what? So many books, because I will also read trash because I am trash. You are what you read. You are what you eat. Trash. And yeah, I have maybe about 20 books sitting next to my bed that I still haven't read that are in my stack to be read. So definitely after I finish the book that I'm currently reading, I want to dive into The Goldfinch so I can hopefully finish that before the movie comes out. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting. To my friends, I really appreciate all your support, and to my new friends, welcome. I hope, I don't know what I hope. I hope. To new friends, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope you stick around. I'll see you later, in a few days. I think the finger guns is a sign off. I think that's what we're going with because I enjoy finger guns. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, I'm done. Goodbye.